welcome to our channel.
This is Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty, where we are documenting our Slimming World journey. And beyond. Yeah, that's Rufus's bit now. As you can tell, Rufus is on camera, which means I'm behind the camera. Hello. So I'm Lisa.
I'm Rufus.
And what are we doing today then, Rufus?
Today we are doing a beef stroganoff our way.
Oh.
Yeah.
For this recipe, you will need...
We've got 200 grams of chopped cauliflower. We've got 900 mils of water, of boiling water that was. We've got some garlic fry light. We've got some white wine vinegar. We've got Worcester sauce. We've got garlic paste, bovril. We've got 4 chopped gherkins, a whole medium white onion chopped. We've got a 400 gram can of mixed beans, 200 grams of regular any mushrooms you want to use.
A bit more than that,
yeah. We've got 100 grams of quark, and we've got smoked paprika, regular paprika, and we've got beef stock cubes.
And
we've got some frozen peas. We've got some spring onions, just the ends of the spring onions chopped up. We've got a red sliced onion. And we've got some more mushrooms there for later on. And we've got some sliced beef. All the fat's been removed. So I'm going to turn it on so otherwise we can get going. Okay. So I put it on about a medium heat. Don't want it on too high. I don't want to burn my onions. That wouldn't be a good start.
Nobody likes burnt onions.
No, don't. I'm going to use a bit of fry light.
What fry light is that one that you are using today, Rufus?
It is garlic. We tend to use that all the time.
Yeah, we do. It's our favourite one, isn't it?
So, yeah. Okay, so I now have that on with my garlic fry light. And now I'm going to add some onions. My chopped onions. So these ones, because this is going to be part of the sauce, you can just roughly chop them. You don't have to they don't all have to be exactly the same size because it's going to be the sauce. Okay. And always good if you have a spatula.
A spatula bag. We always need a spatula bag.
Yeah.
So we should really say, Rufus, that this is your version of a Slimming World recipe because we tried it their way.
It is.
And it was alright, but it was a little bit bland, wasn't it?
It wasn't. Like I say, sometimes when I've made it, I've had some similar items, like I say, there are cannelloni beans, a tin of cannelloni beans, but instead, if you don't have that, like I said, we've got they were mixed beans in water in a 400 gram can. I said, so we've actually used those today. Last time we made it, we did the cannelloni beans.
But if you haven't got any of those, could you use like chickpeas or even baked beans, maybe?
Yeah. It's just to help thicken the sauce.
Oh, okay.
So that's what they're for.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the same thing. It's just to give it the thickening so that it looks like you've made a super like stew beef, and it looks super nice and thick. But actually, it's like loads of vegetables that help thicken all of it.
So we've got the red onions and a white or brown onion. Do you need both? Can you just use red onions? Can you just use white?
Yeah, any onions you want. Like I say, I've sliced up red ones that go in it later. So once I've done all the sauce, then later I'll cook those with the beef, and then obviously then the sauce goes back in later on. But yeah, so you can be like I say whatever. So if there's only like certain mushrooms you tend to like, so like Lisa tends to like the chestnut mushrooms.
Oh yeah.
So there's actually a combination of just your everyday mushrooms and the chestnut mushrooms here as well. So I don't mind either. So for me, it's neither here nor there.
Well, largely it's whatever you can get, especially if you find a punnet of mushrooms on discount, grab it.
Yeah. So I'm doing a tablespoon of the regular paprika. I've got a level tablespoon. Let's see if it's going to goes in. Yep. And a teaspoon of this one. This is the smoked. That's it. And I'll put it back on the heat and use a tiny little bit of water. So just use a little bit of water. Okay, so next I'm going to put in these mixed beans. So that's all of them. All of those will go in. And I've got all of this lot of mushrooms as well. So these are all just for the sauce. So I'm going to pop those in. They've already, like I say, all of those have already been washed as well. So that's, you know, I've always kind of pre-washed all of those and drained them all off. So it's all been done earlier. And we've also then got the cauliflower, which is, like I say, there's 200 grams there. So that can go in. This one didn't want to go in the garlic jar, but I've measured out a tablespoon of the garlic, like crushed garlic it is. So that's gone in. Okay. So all of, like I say, all this other stuff in here is for the sauce. I'm now going to put this water that I've got. So I put a little dribble of this water in earlier. It was 900 mils altogether. And now the rest of this is going to go in so that the mushrooms and the cauliflower can cook down to make the sauce. Just make sure this is on slightly higher heat. Let this start to cook. So what I'm going to do now is add the OXO cubes. I'm going to crumble those over the top. And then I'm going to let this simmer for about 15 minutes. So I'm going to crumble these OXOs in it so they're all mixed in. Really good crumble. Then crumbling them my way. Yeah. That's the thing, you can have fun while you cook. Yeah.
Fun with food.
Yes, I know. Okay, so all that is crumbled, so I've got all that out of the way. And then I'm going to mix it all in. Mix this OXOs in. Like I say, it's going to take a little while just for, like I say, this cauliflower to cook. But bear in mind, I did chop the cauliflower up as well, so you can kind of chop it a bit smaller, nearly into sliced pieces. So I've done it so it's like very small bits.
Could you use cauliflower rice to make it even quicker?
Yeah, you probably could. Yeah, I don't see why not. Like I say, if it's easier for you and you put it in a blender and just like chop it up really small and pop it in, it'll probably cook a bit quicker. So you can do that. Or you can, like I say, probably buy the cauliflower rice in the supermarket as well. If you, like I say, if you don't like chopping all that stuff up.
Yeah, or if you find it on the reduced section,
yeah,
stick it in the freezer, then you can always grab it to make a stroganoff sauce.
That's it. So now I've just got to let this cook for 15 minutes, like I say, and then we will be back.
We will. Hi, this is Lisa. You're watching Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that like button. It really helps us out with YouTube's algorithm. And then hit that subscribe button and make sure you have dinged your bell and changed your settings to all. That way YouTube should notify you each and every time we upload a video. But if you'd like to support us in this channel just a little bit more, you can always go across to buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic, where you can, in fact, buy us a coffee. That's also where full details of our brand new Coffee Club Crew memberships are, including exclusive members only content. Thank you so much to those of you who are choosing to support us.
And we're back.
Rufus, why is there a pan on the pan? What's that for?
Because we haven't got a pan with a big lid, like I say, the next time we get one, we're going to get one like that. So, but because these were a wok pan, it was the underside one, and this is just a normal frying pan, but I decided I put it on top because it...
Look at the steam.
I know,
Oof.
That's what I mean. So I put that on top because it helps the cauliflower cook, because the mushrooms will cook down quick, but the cauliflower may take a tiny bit longer.
Oh, okay. So it's like a steam bath while it's cooking.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Now I need to add some items to it before we blend it down and make the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got paprika. So this is a smoked paprika. Another teaspoon goes in of this. Got a teaspoon of that. So that's gone in. Tablespoon. So we've got a tablespoon of Worcester sauce. It takes forever. So this is the bloody magic part.
Yeah, give it a shake. Are you going to do a little jiggle with it, like Ainsley Harriott would?
I'm spilling it now. I can't jiggle. No. You can't jiggle with it because I'll spill it. We've got some white wine vinegar. Okay, so we've got a tablespoon of that, and then we have
the bovril.
Yeah.
Now, we paid £4 for that jar of bovril, didn't we? Where were we? Was that Asda?
Yeah. If you go into Heron, so yeah, in the big Tesco's, we got that for £4. It's a 250 gram jar. In Heron's like frozen food shop,
and B&M,
it was £2.80 something.
£2.89.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So big difference. Like I say.
Yeah, a lot of difference.
And we didn't have any of this. Like I say, we've got Marmite and all other things in the cupboard, but we didn't have the bovril. So, and we went to Tesco's and thought, we'll pick it up and thought, oh, it must be that price everywhere. But no. I'll say if you definitely, like I say, want to try the recipe and you don't have it, just have a look, have a shop around, as I would.
It's also really good. Like, I don't know whether people still have it, but you can have it with just some hot water.
Oh yeah, you can.
In a cup. It's lovely.
And it's
beefy and lovely. It is Syn Free, yeah.
So if you want a hot drink and like I say you've had too much coffee or too many cups of tea and think you don't want any more caffeine, you can do a hot bovril.
I'll tell you what else is really easy to do.
Some boiling water.
So what else is really easy to do is literally if you've just got like a little bit of leftover peas or something, or a little bit of leftover veggie from your dinner, to put that in a jug with some bovril and some hot water and just kind of just blitz it or just shake it. And it goes like a beef and vegetable soup.
So I can jiggle with this one, look.
You can, I know, right?
It's like treacle.
It is. I was about to say that. It looks like molasses.
Yeah. You don't want to waste any. Make sure you get it all in. So now that's cooked down anyway, I can turn it off for a minute. And then we add this quark.
So you're putting the quark into the sauce, then going to stir it in and then put it all into the jug and blitz.
Yeah. I say this is, like I say, for me, one of the, I think, longer recipes out of some of the ones I've done for Slimming World, but it's actually worthwhile doing because it's so tasty. It's really nice.
Now, if you are totally allergic to dairy, we have done this before using the
is it the Alpro, was it?
the Alpro, yeah, the Greek style Alpro, the thick one. That works really well. Because I'm just intolerant, I haven't had any dairy today, and there's only 100 grams in here, and we're not going to have the full portion each, so I should probably be okay with this amount of dairy.
Slowly put it into there, because I'll be real smart and just tip it all in. It might go for the rest. I don't.
You see, dear viewers, this is how we're very different, because I would have just poured it in and then cleaned up the mess.
Yeah, I'd rather not make the mess.
Exactly. Whereas my ADHD brain goes, just chuck it in.
But like I say, it doesn't look like a lot at the moment, but it smells really, really nice.
It smells amazing.
Yeah, it does smell really
and
nice.
Also, don't forget, this is just the sauce.
It is just the sauce, this part.
So look at all the mushrooms and onions.
Bit longer, but like I say, this is for 4 people, this recipe. So if we have this tonight, we'll be having it, like I say, another night or two from now.
Well, to be fair,
put it in some tubs in the fridge.
We'll probably have it on Wednesday when it's weigh day,
night,
because we used to get Slimming World meals or Aldi meals or something, didn't we, on a weighing day?
We did, yeah.
But now we like to pre-cook and batch cook, so we've got something ready for Wednesdays.
So that's all of that in there. So yeah. Okay, so it's all in the jug now. Like I say, it does fill it up quite a lot. So if you've got a small jug, like I say, either a bowl or something else, I say, because a small jug won't be big enough. It's okay. So we'll put the just a normal hand blender in. Sorry for the noise. now we've got a nice sauce. I'm going to put the heat back on, so we're going to cook the beef and the onions and mushrooms. So get that on. Okay, I'm going to use a bit of fry light in the pans so the beef doesn't stick. I took all the fat off one side of it. It actually looked like as if it was a giant rump steak, nearly the way they'd cut it. So I just cut the fat off of the end, the big bit of fat, and like I say, I've just done it in. I don't know if you can see, just thin little strips of it. Okay, so we're just going to put all this beef in here. Okay, let's tip it in. Like I say, it took me a while to slice it all up, so it's all in little pieces,
Because you took absolutely every bit of visible fat off, didn't you?
Yeah.
Which is the Slimming World way.
Yeah. But the thing is though, if you remove all the fat, you know yourself that you're not sabotaging yourself from leaving fat in it. So if you, like any visible fat, if you can remove as much as you can, then obviously that's going to be better for reducing your weight.
The less fat on your plate, the less fat on you.
Like I say, you've got to protect your losses, haven't you? So I used to think, oh, I can't get used to Slimming World, but now realising that most meals that I used to have, most can be tailored to Slimming World. Most things that I eat, so I don't actually feel like I ever go without anymore.
No, not
in a way,
at all.
I don't miss certain things, and like I say, mostly I don't eat processed food much anymore. So, I mean, the occasional sort of like condiments and things that we use to make the meals, but in the way of like
pre-processed, pre-packaged.
Yeah, pre-packaged processed food as such. That as that's cooking, we're going to put these onions in. So we've got this large red onion, so it's sliced all that up so that can go in. So while all that's happening, like I say, we've just put our veggies on as well. So we've got some cauliflower and broccoli in there and some red cabbage in our steamer as well. So that's going to go with our meal. We've got some mushrooms to go in this as well. Okay,
but Ruffus loves mushrooms because he's such a fun guy.
I know, right? Don't forget, I washed the mushrooms before, so
you did, yeah.
Make sure you wash them, drain them all off, because you'll be surprised how much dirt and that gets left on them when they're sort of packaged in the shops.
Now these are definitely from the shops. If you were picking them yourself, just be careful that A, they're not poisonous, and B, they're not magic.
Yeah.
Because that'll make dinner a whole different experience.
Yeah. We've got to let this cook for about 5 minutes. I'm going to turn it up a little higher. This has been cooking away. Say, just from putting all those mushrooms in there, I don't know if you can see, it's like a big pool of water that's come out of the mushrooms. Big pool of juice.
But that's fine, because obviously we're putting a load of sauce in.
Yeah, we're going to put the sauce in and carry on, like say, cooking it a tiny bit longer. Then I'm going to add an extra that we've got some peas that we're going to add to it as well, as I had some spare peas at home. We've got some spring onions. The end of the recipe did actually say to put a little bit of chopped parsley in it. So as we had some spring onions, I've just cut the greens off of the spring onions, and it's just another little added extra I'm going to put in.
Garnish, really.
Yeah,
isn't it?
well,
yeah, garnish.
Gives it a little bit more flavour, and we've actually got 4 big gherkins that are diced. They're going to go in it as well. Okay, so we're going to turn it down a teeny bit for a minute while I add. I'm going to add this sauce, and you see how thick it is. So probably a good choice that I actually use this pan and not the other one, because it is.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Taking a lot, yeah. So this is actually a wok pan. So you think, oh, there was loads of water in from the mushrooms. You think, oh, that's bad, and it all turns out perfectly fine once it's all mixed in.
Oh, it smells absolutely amazing.
Turn it down a bit, otherwise I don't want it all splashing everywhere. As all I'm going to do now is pop these peas in. Like I say, they were frozen peas, so they might take a few minutes to cook into it, and then the beef and everything else will be done. The sauce is all done. And then we're going to add the spring ends of the spring onions, the greens. And so if you look at it, I think it looks absolutely wonderful, even as it is now.
It is.
I'm going to put these spring greens, like say from the spring onions in there.
Or scallions, as the Americans
I remember,
say.
the first time when we did Slimming World, there was hardly any vegetables in our meals. I never realised until like now, the third time round, how little veggies and things that we were putting in our meals to now. And before I would lose a pound and a half a week. And now, like I say, it's a lot different now.
Well,
but that's why
nearly 10 stone in 11 months. So.
Well, I said we used to, like I say, we used to put a third of veggies on our plate, and now with our new plates that we, like I say, we got our plates in B&M, one of the big B&M stores. We fill half of this, like I say, literally half of it. Before we put anything else on our plate, we'll put half of the vegetables on there already. You know, you've got so much speed there. I mean, often we, like I say, days where we'll have just all greenery on our plate, and kale and all sorts, don't we, on our plate.
Which you will be able to see if you are following us on Instagram, which is Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. I'll put the link on screen now, so do check out our Instagram page, because Ruffus posts pictures every single day of what we're eating, but do make sure you check out the Instagram. I also put makeup looks on there sometimes, makeup of the day and things like that, so it's worth checking out.
I said if I can make this, like I said, the longest bit I think is just getting all the sauce part done, and once you've done that, and like I say, just all the prepping, so you've sliced everything and done everything and it's all ready, once the sauce is done, the rest of it is pretty much bob, all of it goes in, and like I say, if I can do it, anyone can do this. Okay, so we've now put our vegetables on our plate. We're not going to have potatoes or anything like that today, or rice or anything. We've just got, like I say, we've got some cauliflower, some broccoli and some red cabbage. And if you can
see how much we've got on our plate,
the vegetable line, like I say, is literally straight across there, and we've got a tiny bit extra, and then the rest of our meal is just going to go here. And you see how thick it is. Like I say, I definitely wouldn't have thought that was Slimming World.
No. Oh, it does look nice. It smells lovely.
And actually, I'm going to have a bit more. There.
Absolutely.
That's it. So that's what I've got for my tea. Right, well, I've got my dinner. You have to serve your own up. I'm off. Goodbye.
Thanks for that. If you like the recipe, give us a thumbs up. That really helps us out with YouTube's algorithm.
I'm really back.
Oh, okay. I thought you were then. I'm trapped in the corner of the kitchen and everything. So yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, do give it a massive thumbs up for Ruffus testing this recipe out in the last few days. Thank you very much. We've had this twice, and this is the best version of it so far.
The only thing I said that we really tweaked in the actual recipe is we've put three beef oxos, because the recipe, we put one the first time and we tried the sauce.
It's a bit bland, wasn't it?
It didn't seem like it had enough oomph. So for us, it tastes so much beefier and really rich by putting the extra oxo in.
You can put a little bit of extra bovril in as well. So yeah, there's all sorts of different ways that you can tweak it. But if you have enjoyed this, please do give it a thumbs up. It really helps us out. Also, I've got to say, if you are watching this and you have not subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe. That really, really does us a huge favour here on YouTube. YouTube is being a bit funny at the moment because I've got a few messages from people saying that they have been either unsubscribed or they haven't been getting notifications. So it's really important. What do they need to do, Ruffus?
They need to ding the bell.
Ding your bell and change your settings to all if you want to YouTube to tell you when we are uploading our videos.
You'll get to see our nice videos, otherwise you'll miss us.
You will do. But if you would like to support us just a little bit more, you can always go across. You just want to eat your dinner now, don't you? I can see he's like, oh, starving. If you want to support us just a little bit more, you can go across to buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic, where you can, in fact, buy us a coffee.
It does look very nice.
That's also where full details of our brand new channel memberships are, including members only perks, exclusive videos and lots more. So if you want to check that out, please do so. The link will be on screen and down below in the description box. But that is going to be it from us today, Ruffus, isn't it? Because you're just hungry now, aren't you?
But I said we will be doing more videos now, and like I say, if you're someone that's you know, think, oh, that's a long recipe, and that, you know, you want to start off with some easier ones. I said, we're going to do a sweet and sour. I said, that is super simple, super easy, and takes, like, once you've prepped a few bits up, it's 10 minutes and it's done. And like I say, you can either cook the sauce, have it on its own, store it, put it in the fridge, pop some in the freezer in little pots, and then just add it to chicken or corn pieces or whatever, you know, or vegetables or whatever you want to put it with. I said, and it's tastes bloody amazing, like I say, because we've had it a few times now. Absolutely.
Also, just here, right above Rufus's head, just there, you should be able to see a card. I will put a playlist in the corner of other recipes that we have done on this channel, so make sure you check that out. But that is going to be it, everybody, and as we always say, stay true, stay you, stay authentic, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye! Right, do I need to dish my own up then?
Dish it up for you.
Oh, all right then. I just love
dish
you.
yours up.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to get like a teaspoon of it, aren't I?
Yeah, I'll give you a little portion, dear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on. Oh, no, I'm not going to drink it.
I could jiggle with it.
A little tiny bit extra.
I could jiggle with it, but that's because I need a new bra.
I don't have that trouble anymore.
Oh no, right. So that's your Worcestershire sauce.
That's the Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to put everything into the jug, because if I try to blend it in this dish, it probably will go everywhere.
Oh no, because I'm just licking the blender.
It does smell nice.
Is it Pan's People?
It could be the Pan's People, yes. Oh, yes, I know them quite well.
Is that Peter?
Peter Pan, yeah.
Pan, yeah. No, go on. So why have you got a pan on top? Are they pansexual?
They are.
Yeah, no, let's not do that joke.